God chooses the most damaged and hurt souls to use. God chooses the people that the devil wants to try to get. God chooses the people that have been stumped and beat on emotionally, physically, spiritually. God chooses the people who done gave up on life and they just have that one inkling to call on him. That's the people God chooses. So if you feel like you've just been going through and going through and going through, trust and believe it's because God has a plan for you. There's absolutely no other alternative except for the fact that God has a plan for you. And let me tell you a little bit about my story. I just turned 32 months ago, but just let's backtrack to my teenage years. I graduated high school at the age of 17. I was supposed to be going to Hollywood to start going to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, but my nerves made me stay in my hometown, Wichita, Kansas. I stayed and went to a local college and did theater. I wound up dropping out of that college and going to cosmetology school. And then at the age of 19, I started dating a man who became my husband. He was my first boyfriend. We wound up getting married. He was abusive. He was toxic, but he also showed me love. So I clung on to him. Long story short, after being with him for 6.5 years, I finally leave him via a DV shelter because he pulled a gun on me. He held me up. He raped me. He did a lot of stuff to me and tried to unalive me because I didn't want to be with him anymore because he was still cheating and abusive, okay? While I'm in the shelter, I wind up pregnant with my second child by my new boyfriend, the second guy I've ever slept with, right? So I'm clinging to him as well. I get out of the shelter. He moves in with me. I find out a whole bunch of drama about him, and he starts abusing me. Way worse than my ex-husband did. He breaks my jaw after only being with him for about a year. We have 2 more children together and he breaks my ribs, so I move out of town, right? So I'm a 30-year-old single mother of 4, living in a different state that I've never lived in before with nothing but God. And I have an elder cousin who helps me out spiritually, but outside of that, I'm doing everything alone. And God definitely has had my back. There's been so many times I could have given up. I used to heavily smoke marijuana. I used to heavily drink, and I was doing all of this just to mask my pain. It helped me get through the day. I got saved in April, so it's now September. I have not touched alcohol. I have not touched weed. I have not done anything in the secular world. I am literally only focused on God. That's all I'm focused on. And it really has been giving me grace, and I've been shown a lot of discrepancy from God. He loves me, and I understand that that's why I went through the things that I went through. I have a podcast on Spotify now, and my testimony has been helping and reaching and touching a lot of people. And I just want you to know that it does not matter where you are. It matters where you're going. Just trust and believe in God. Just talk to God. Get into your Bible, because the end is coming and you need to be prepared.